This is Sweet and Sour Larry Sweeney, 19-time ICWA Texarkana television champion, and you're listening to InYourHeadOnline.com.
All right, and we have returned. And now we are joined by Claudio Castagnoli. Welcome to In Your Head.
Oh, that was my cue. Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm happy to be on.
Yeah, usually when you say the guest name, exactly, happy and upbeat. You got a lot of shows coming up here. We're going to talk a lot about them, and if anyone wants to call in, the number is 508-644-8503, and you can ask Claudio a question. And make it a good one if you call in. But this Friday in Plymouth, Mass., it was moved. It was going to be in Boston. Now it's in Plymouth, the Memorial Hall. And I said this on the show before. It's a great place for wrestling. First time Ring of Honor is there. Hope it does really well and you guys come back. There's not a bad seat in the house. And it's quite a card.
I know. It looks really jacked. And I hope there's going to be lots of people showing up so we come back there soon.
Yeah. You and the Hero will be defending the tag titles?
Yep, against Cabana and Generico. So, excuse me. That should be fun. They're both very different opponents, so they're good singles wrestlers. So let's see how they do as a tag team.
Yeah.
You had a pretty good match on the HD Net show a few weeks ago that I really enjoyed, so that should be good stuff.
Exactly. We just wrestled them, I think that was last week. On HDNet, and it was quite the match. So this, should be even better.
And you can get all your ticket information, obviously, at ROHWrestling.com. And then the very next night, Glory by Honor 9 in New York. Are you pumped for this pay-per-view?
Oh, I'm beyond pumped for this pay-per-view. It's great to see how everybody's just so excited. Tickets were sold out last week already, so the only way to catch it is on GoFightLive.tv on the internet pay-per-view. And, I've been getting tweets from all over the world of people who are excited to watch the show, and that's the great thing about the internet pay-per-views, that you can watch it from everywhere. You can watch it from England and from Switzerland, from Germany, from, all over the world. It's just really great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, do you think that's a good idea, starting the internet pay-per-views?
I definitely think it's a great idea. I think it makes us live in so much more homes, because I think there's probably more people that can get the internet pay-per-views that were able to get the regular pay-per-views that we used to have. So hopefully people just get more used to watching pay-per-views that way and support Ring of Honor. And if you're an independent wrestling fan, you know your way around the internet, and you should order that pay-per-view.
Yeah, and you mentioned
I can attest to the fact that I've ordered all the iPay-per-views so far. It's a good time. The quality's good enough. You can watch these shows. I've enjoyed them all, and I will be picking up Glory by Honor.
Good. I mean, that's what I heard from all the people who ordered. They say that the quality gets consistently better, and that's a good thing, because we're all learning, and the quality is good enough to watch it, even to stream it to a TV. So, if people don't like watching it on their computer, they should maybe try hooking it up to the TV. It's definitely great, invite your friends over.
Mm-hmm. Now, I remember the first Big Bang, everyone who saw it, they just, loved it, all the feedback's off the charts. Were you happy with what people thought of the show?
Definitely. I thought it was a great show. I mean, we won a tag belt, so what do you want more?
What was that match like for you, winning the belts again?
Oh, it was great. I thought it was a great match. It was a great atmosphere. We won the tag team titles only, I think it was almost 3 months after we reunited, so that was definitely a great feeling for us.
Yeah. And that was in Charlotte, North Carolina. Do you think that's a good area for Ring of Honor? It's a little bit out of the norm.
I definitely think it is. The last venue we've just been to, it was a different venue from the Big Bang. It was really nice, and we had a good house, so I hope we'll go back there. It was definitely, North Carolina's always very enthusiastic about wrestling, so I hope we'll go back there and make it a regular stop on our schedule.
Yeah. Now, you guys won the belts from the Briscoes, who just recently re-signed with Ring of Honor. Were you happy that they're staying with Ring of Honor?
Yes. The Briscoes are a really good opponent because they bring out the best in everybody and they bring out the best in us. So And people always seem to like to see the Kings of Wrestling and the Briscoe brothers, clash. So I think it's a good thing for all the fans.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, everyone wants to call in. The number is 508-644-8503. We actually have a caller here on the line calling in from Australia. AJ.
G'day, boys. I'd have to say hello and thanks for taking a call. Claudio, I'm a massive fan of the independent style wrestling, and to this day, I've seen a bunch of matches, but to this day, you had a match with Mike Quackenbush, and the finish of the match, like the final move, it was completely amazing and brilliant. I just wondered how you come up with such an idea like that. It was like almost like the Canadian Destroyer, but better, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does. First up, AJ, I hope you're watching the iPay-per-view this Saturday. Are you? From Australia?
I plan on it. Yes, absolutely, yes.
Sweet.
I've been
Awesome.
ever since I heard about it.
Awesome. See, that's a great part about iPay-per-view. The finish, actually, I will completely be honest about it. We stole it from Dragon Kid and I think it was Suwa. They did it a couple of years before in Japan, but they were the only two guys that ever did it. And me and Mike Quackenbush did that at TPI. I think it was 2006. And I've done it with Matt Seidel or Evan Bourne, better known, I think, one more time after, or twice after, but it kind of looked so one time. So it's a really, really, really hard move to pull off, and you need to have the right opponent to do it. And I think me and Mike Quackenbush shocked everybody when we actually did it. I think it was the only time it's been done in North America. So, yeah, I'm really glad you enjoyed that match.
No, thank you very much. I enjoy watching you and Chris Hero on ROH. I'm looking forward to this Shelton Benjamin and Charlie Haas match.
Cool, thank you. I'm looking forward to it too.
Mm-hmm.
Cheers. Thanks very much, boys.
Nice fun in, AJ.
Thank you.
Now, someone like that in Australia, I mean, they're not going to get a chance to see Ring of Honor live. So you say, the internet pay-per-view, they get to, maybe not live and in person, but you get to see it live. It's a lot different than watching on DVD, which is a lot of fun too, but there's a different feel to wrestling when you get to see it live, because you don't know what's going to happen.
Exactly. You have no idea what's going to happen. You didn't read any reports or whatever that said, like, this was good, this was bad. Just completely caught off guard. You get the whole feeling of the crowd that's there. Like New York is always such a hot crowd, so it's definitely different when it's live.
Mm-hmm. And he brought up, you guys are be wrestling Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin, and I don't know, I think a lot of people, that'd be kind of a dream match. A lot of people probably thought they'd never see. And, what was it like to find out you're going to be doing this match?
Oh, it was great. We're both really excited, and I think Shelton and Charlie are really excited, so it should make for a great match.
Yeah. Would you like to see those guys stick around Ring of Honor?
Sure. Let's see how they do first.
Right. After you guys beat them, you can just kick them to the curb.
Yeah.
Barbie, do you have a question?
Yeah, we mentioned the Kings versus the Briscoes a while back, and in 2006, that was the feud that really got me into checking out Chikara and other indie promotions. So what's it like to pick up where you left off after, it's been like 3 years of a gap?
It's really interesting. I think we, myself and Cosio, did lots of growing up in those 3 years, and we get along better now than we ever did before. And I think you can tell that in our wrestling as well. So it's definitely really excited, and I think we both, as I said, grown up. We changed physically, and we also changed our wrestling style quite a bit. So I think it's definitely almost, it sounds like a cliche, but it's kind of like the new improved Kings of Wrestling.
We got a call here, Dwayne.
Hello.
Hello,
Dwayne Johnson?
No.
No?
No.
What's up, Dwayne?
How's it going, Claudio? I just want to say, man, I'm a big fan of the Kings of Wrestling. I think they're like the best tag team going. No one's even close.
Oh, thank you. I think so, too.
That's good to hear. I just want to know, how did you meet Hero, and when did you guys team up for the first time?
We met in, 2002 in Europe when he came over to teach some, he came over on the regular, a friend of mine brought him over to wrestle on a show, and he had a clinic, and we just met there, and then a couple of months later, we decided to bring him back to Switzerland to hold a clinic there because we figured he has lots of knowledge. And so we just kind of became friends. And when I moved to the United States, I moved in with him. And we trained together and we traveled together. And we teamed for the first time in CCW as part of Heroes Few Good Men. And we actually, I remember that recently, we had our first tag match against Chris Cash and J.C. Bailey, who J.C. Bailey recently passed away and Chris Cash passed away a few years back. So that's kind of a sad note on our first match as a team.
Yeah. Anything else, Dwayne?
Yeah, one more question. Which is the more devastating move? An elbow from Chris Hero or a capo kick from Sarah Del Rey?
Ooh, that's a toss-up. I think it all depends on who gets the better momentum when they start executing it. But I think it's a toss-up.
All right, thanks, man.
I believe Dwayne is the owner of a brand new Kings of Wrestling T-shirt after his recent stopping at the Carolina Ring of Honor show. Am I wrong about that?
Oh,
that is very true.
That's a very good purchase.
Thanks for calling in, Dwayne.
Yep, thanks.
Who comes up with your guys' tag team moves, the double tag team moves? I'm always a big fan of double moves.
Thank you. We both are. We may see something and then tweak it, or we just think of some crazy stuff and then do it. But we always try to come up with some new stuff. So it's both of us.
Yeah. Is there any tag teams from like the past, or anybody you like you look at for inspiration, or?
Yeah, definitely. There's the Arn Anderson, Troy Blanchard, the Steiner brothers, Dave Taylor and William Regal, Legend of Doom. There's so many tag teams. I'm sure I forgot plenty of tag teams. There's so many good tag teams that I enjoy watching. So there's always something to be learned.
Yeah. What are you saying, Insher? The Headbangers. The Headbangers.
The Headbangers, yeah. The Oddities, Earthquake and Typhoon, Man on a Mission. See, there's so many. The Rock and Roll Express, Midnight Express.
Yeah. I was thinking Midnight Express because to me that's like some of the best double team moves you ever seen. Midnight Express.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I can see the Men on a Mission, kind of like the Kings of Wrestling, the modern day Men on a Mission.
Yes, I'm Mabel.
Nikhil, do you have a question? We have Nikhil calling in from England.
Yeah, I just want to say, Claudio, that obviously WWE and TNA are the top kind of two wrestling promotions in America. What was your reaction when Daniels actually debuted in ROH at the last internet pay-per-view?
Oh, I thought it was great. I think it was great. It's always great to have, Chris Daniels in the locker room and on the show. I think he's one of those guys that he is in amazing shape and he wrestles so hard every night that it's just an inspiration for everybody.
Anything else, Nikhil?
Yeah, I just wanted to say also, where do you see yourself and yourself and Chris Hero, in the future? Do you want to achieve more? What do you want to achieve?
Oh, I think we'll just keep pushing and try to work harder, and sky's the limit, I think, for us. I think we're the best team, and I think we are going to show the whole world.
Yeah, actually, to be honest, ROH, when I saw your match, I think it was in 2007, a match, that actually attracted me to ROH. And for living in London, we don't get any TV deal to watch your show, so I normally catch it on YouTube. But yes, I was actually really impressed with you. And then obviously the Kings of Wrestling, I mean, your matches have been absolutely brilliant, to be honest.
Cool, thank you. Yeah, I hope the Head show is making its way to England soon, because I think there'll be many people that would enjoy some good wrestling there.
Yeah, they've just got one with France, actually. It was on the message board. They've got a deal in France, so hopefully they get one in England.
Yes, they did, yeah. So I think it's in Italy, France, so hopefully England is next.
Yeah, no, definitely.
How do you say slap the porpoise in French?
Oh, I would have to look that up. My French is not that good.
Maybe, Nikhil, you'll have to move to France so you can watch Ring of Honor.
Slap the porpoise, maybe?
That's in a French accent, which is close enough, I think.
Yeah. I guess.
Thanks for calling in, Nikhil.
Thanks, Claudio. Take care.
Thank you.
French people are not so European, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah, speaking of slapping the porpoise, when you first heard that term, what did you think about it? And are you surprised like it's kind of caught on?
Well, first I was like, what's the purpose? And then the second was, what's the purpose of that? But I think it's great that it caught on because it's so random, and every time you say it, people are like, what? So it's kind of an attention grabber. So I think it's great.
Mm. I also want to mention too,
I actually have a slap the purpose sticker at home too. So it's quite great.
That needs to be on a shirt. I'd wear a slap the porpoise shirt. Now you got to see the purpose.
Yeah.
I think it's already sold out, but for the people that got tickets to the Glory Bound, there's going to be a Terry Funk meet and greet. An autograph session. Now, when there's a legend like that on the show, like what do they usually think about the Ring of Honor product?
Well, to be honest, most of them are really impressed. Ric Flair liked it. Bret Hart liked it. Whoever people are there, they like it. They always have, of course, things that we could do better or advice and stuff like that. So, which is great because that's what we need. We're a bunch of young, hungry guys that want to get better. So, but the general consent is always really positive, which is really nice.
Mm-hmm. Intro something from the board?
Oh, the Ultimate Beef has a question.
Oh, man.
Okay. He wants to know. I was just wrapped up in the name. I'm sorry. I had to say it. If you and Hero could have worked with like a team from past or present, who would you like to work with?
I don't know, because there's so many teams, and whoever I watch at the moment I think is awesome, but, then I watch somebody else, I'm like, oh man, they were awesome too, so there's not one team that's like, that's where I always go back to, so, I don't know, I'm always putting it out there that I would like to wrestle the New Age Outlaws, since they're both available for bookings, and I think Kings of Wrestling against the New Age Outlaws would be quite awesome. I think we would have great matches with very, very, like, basically all of the great tag teams. So just pick one.
Mm-hmm. Is there any particular style you like to work with the tag team?
No, I'm a big fan of all kinds of different styles, and I think that's why me and Chris Hero are so successful, and that's why we work together so well, because we can adapt to pretty much any style that our opponents wrestle. We can do lucha, we can do Japanese style, we can wrestle American style or English, European style. We just have a hybrid wrestling style, so I think that's what matches so well with everybody, and that's why we have so exciting matches.
Yeah. I'll let everybody know again, too, this Friday, because I want it to do really well, because I'm greedy, and I want to be able to go to Ring of Honor shows more often. Plymouth, Mass., Plymouth Memorial Hall, and, like, all the top guys. That's another thing about Ring of Honor. If you go to the show, you're going to see all the top stars there. It's not going to be, just some of the lower guys or something. But the champion, Tyler Black's going to be there, Chris Hero, Claudio Castagnoli, Eddie Edwards, Sean Davari, Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels, Austin Aries, Roderick Strong. And the tickets start only $10 at the Plymouth show. So it's a great deal. Yeah, we got another caller here on the line. Who is this? Caller? I think they're...
And we lost them.
Yeah. They were intimidated.
How dare he to hang up, right?
Exactly. I think he's just intimidated.
I get that a lot.
Yeah. Answer? Another question from the board?
I just need to bring this up. One thing that I like about Claudio, I admire the man's tights. Who comes up with that? The Swiss cross thing or whatever?
My tights?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I do that all myself.
Okay.
Really?
Yes.
You actually, you design them, or do you actually make them?
I design them and I make them.
Oh my
How
God.
about that? That's very European.
You're jack of all trades.
It's like the Renaissance thing here.
Exactly.
Now, do you do that for anybody else?
No. Just for me.
You all could go pay for your tights.
I think Incher was trying to get a 1-inch biceps for it, too.
Yeah, how about it?
Would they be 1 inch wide?
1 inch biceps. The power goes.
Oh, just bicep.
Yeah.
Just bicep, okay.
Barbie? No, we get a lot of... the Blue Guy wants to know what happened to your WWE developmental deal.
Yeah, why is he blue? I don't know what happened with my WWE developmental deal. I got released before I was able to move to OPW, or before I was scheduled to move. I was scheduled to move at the end of December. I got released like mid-December, and still to this day I have no clue why, and neither does the guy who hired me at that point, which was Nova. I ran into him in Ring of Honor around Louisville, and he said he has still absolutely no clue. So I would like to help, but I don't know.
Mm-hmm. No, with Adam Pearce leaving Ring of Honor, do you think that's a good or bad for Ring of Honor?
I guess we'll find out. I mean, I have to wait and see.
Yeah.
The essence of neutrality there.
Yeah.
Do you think Jim Cornette's been good for Ring of Honor?
Oh, definitely. Jim has been awesome. He's been a big influence. He's just great to pick his brain about everything in wrestling, especially tag team wrestling. He's so brilliant. He helps us out a lot just to, tap into that source of, as we talked about before, Midnight Express and the Rock and Roll Express and all that stuff. He was there for all that, and that's just amazing.
Mm-hmm. Barbie? I believe Barbie's back.
Absolutely. I was sneezing there for a second. I apologize. But it seems everywhere you turn around on the internet, you can bump into Claudio Castagnoli somewhere. You've got ClaudioCastagnoli.com. You've got b-d-k.com. You've got Claudio's Cafe on YouTube. And a frequent Twitter of what different various fancy coffees you've been drinking on that day.
Oh, man.
Do you think a lot of people ignore the internet foolishly as far as advancing their wrestling career?
Yeah, I think it's just... The internet is a great tool, and I'm trying to use it to the best of my knowledge. And I know I don't do the best job at it, but I think I do a pretty decent job. There's always stuff to learn. I just sign up for FormSpring, for example, where you can ask many questions. I think it's good to have a good internet presence, especially in this day and age.
Mm-hmm. Here in the chat room, want to know if you're a popular figure in your homeland.
Yes, I am.
And do you get to wrestle there very often?
Unfortunately not. There's not much wrestling going on in my homeland.
Yeah. Intro, was there anything else from the board or the chat room?
Chat room. I have something that I want to ask, because I was always a fan of your matches with Nigel McGuinness. What do you think about him in TNA?
Yes, so I think he's awesome. I think TNA is not using him to his full potential. They did when he came in, and then, he won that poll about who should be the number one contender, and it seemed like ever since then, it went kind of, he kind of disappeared from TV, but he should have been on more, because I think every time he's on, he's great. I'm a big fan of Nigel.
Yeah, to me, he's pretty much like the total package. He's great in the ring, he's got charisma, and he can talk. It's not really anything bad. And were you surprised when he came in right away and feuded with Kurt Angle? I mean, that was a...
Oh, not at all, no. I mean... Like you said, he's total package, so...
Have you seen his new tag team?
Yeah, Sam and Brutus?
Yeah.
I did not see any of it yet, but...
No, the pay-per-view is this Saturday. Go to gofightlive.tv. Now, you won't just see the kings of wrestling on there, which that would be enough. That would be enough to buy it. But there's a lot of...
Exactly.
Yeah. So you think,
worth the price alone.
Yeah, you think, well, I'm going to buy and just see this match, and that would be worth it. But there are other matches. So you go to ROHWrestling.com, you find out all the matches. We have them listed on the website, and we've got a caller here. No one special.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
You got
Not too much?
Sure. Is Claudio still?
Yeah, he's here.
No, I hung up when I heard you call. No, I'm just kidding.
He had enough of us.
I've done the same.
Well, actually, I was just seeking a bit of advice. I was curious as to what I would have to do in order to be more European.
Well, since I don't know you, are you born in Europe?
That would be a negative.
That would be a negative. Well, then there's... that's a hard one. People always ask, what can I do to be more European? I'm like, well, be born in Europe would help. I would say, dress stylishly, drink coffee, look great. I think those are the starting points. And then there's lots more details to it. But I think if you go with those three, it's a good start. Enjoy life.
Mustache?
Yeah, mustache or some kind of facial hair that needs to be very well groomed, though. That's another thing. Europeans always have well groomed facial hair, so that's true.
I've got the coffee drinking down, so I'm partly there.
Yeah, coffee or tea or something.
Yeah, I was
Englishmen
surprised.
drink tea, right?
Yeah, I was surprised you said coffee because I assumed all Europeans drink tea.
No, those are the English guys, right?
Okay.
I drink tea
You
and
have an
coffee.
expert of that. Oh, see, that's even better.
I am very, very European, I think.
Yeah. Although we can debate if England really counts for Europe, but let's do that another time.
We can debate as to if Switzerland counts as a country, but, you know.
Oh.
Oh, come on.
Big talk on the other side of the phone, because you make me feel inferior as a human being, Claudio Castagnoli.
Oh, all right. I heard that a lot, too. No, I'm just kidding.
Anything else, no one special?
No, that about covers it. I just wanted to, thank you for taking the call, and I just wanted to tell Claudio that he's terrific, and ROH and in Chicago, I really love watching him there. And
oh, cool, thank you. Oh, I just thought of something else. You can be also a little bit more very European if you, of course, get a Kings of Wrestling shirt, for example. That will always help your very European factor. And thank you for watching me at Chicago and Ring of Honor. So
Thanks for calling in.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Now, we've kind of concentrated on Ring of Honor tonight, but I could do like a whole series of interviews about Chikara. Huge fan of that. It's pretty exciting times there right now.
Exactly. Manami Toyota is coming to the U.S. and it's going to be me and Sarah Del Rey against Manami Toyota, Mike Clackabush, and it's going to be in Brooklyn not this weekend, next weekend. And it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I understand one of the Jumping Bomb Angels has a restaurant in Brooklyn as well.
Yes, she does, and she's actually going to be there to support Manami Toyota. And I think she was on a Chikara show before, and she told me my European uppercut is pretty awesome. So my European uppercut is Jumping Bomb Angel approved and Honky Tonk Man approved.
Well, you don't get much better than that.
Yeah, it's good company.
Not that much.
Oh.
Honky Tonk Man told me that my European uppercut is better than Dory Funk's. So
Really?
Ooh.
That's pretty high praise.
I was about to say, if you take the Honky Tonk Man as the expert on things, then that's the highest praise possible.
He is the greatest intercontinental champion of all time.
He is.
Speaking of Brooklyn, we actually have a caller calling in from Brooklyn, Tazo. Tazo the Greek.
Yo, what's up, Claudio? How are you, sir?
Good. How are you? Are you on strike or not anymore?
What's my strike? The Greek, the Greek.
Yeah, Greek.
I have no idea.
Yeah, the Greeks are on strike. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's my Greek joke for all the Greeks that I talk to them. So I figured I had to say it.
I hope we got a big.
I don't know what those crazy Greeks are doing. I'm going to be at the show on I guess it's the 19th to see Manami Toyota, which I'm very excited. Are you going to be at that show?
Yes, I'm wrestling Manami Toyota. It's me and Sarah Del Rey against Manami Toyota and Mike Clackabush.
Oh my God, that's insane. So how do you feel about that wrestling?
I'm feeling pretty awesome. I mean, I have two huge weekends coming up, so and that match is pretty much a dream match for many people. So, and it's Manami Toyota's New York debut, and as you mentioned before, one of the Jumping Bomb Angels is going to be there, so that's definitely going to be a really great show and weekend.
Yeah, that's going to rock. I have another question about Aries. I used to watch WXW. I've seen a few shows back in the day, and this is a stupid question, but Aries has lost a lot of weight since then. Is that not correct?
Yeah, that is correct.
And is there a reason why?
He just got in better shape, so to speak. He was always a really bulky guy. He used to do shot put when he was back in Switzerland. So now he's just trying to build up some lean muscle mass. So he, changed his weight around a little bit. But I wouldn't call him skinny.
I wouldn't call him skinny. I liked him as a bigger guy. I really was a big fan of his, actually. And maybe with the last one, even though it's not about you, man, I could sit and talk to you for hours. But another favorite of mine is Bad Bones. I haven't seen Bad Bones in America, and I was wondering just what you know about Bad Bones and if you've ever wrestled him and stuff.
Yeah, I wrestled Bad Bones quite a few times in Germany. He's really good. He's really intense. He wrestled for WCW when they were over here. They had like a joint show with CCW. They ran the afternoon. He wrestled over here. It didn't really go that well, I think, but he's definitely a very good wrestler. He's a good guy.
Can I leave you off with one more question? As a young kid, what did you watch? I was just wondering if you watched World of Sport at all, the British, wrestling, and what did you watch as a kid, and who was your inspiration for getting into wrestling?
Well, when I was growing up, there was I watched WWE because that's the only thing that was on TV. World of Sport I did not see until I started wrestling and started collecting tapes, because that was just before my time, and it was never on TV in mainland Europe or Switzerland. So I watched WWE Raw. I grew up on the Steiners against the Quebecers and Papa Shango against the Ultimate Warrior and Bret versus Ove and all that kind of stuff.
Did you get the whole tie gimmick from IRS?
No, actually I didn't. When I started, I was in one of the first shows. They teamed me up with some guy who had a homeless gimmick. So I just thought, yes, exactly. His name was Homeless Hammer, and he came to the ring with like a shopping cart full of garbage. I don't know where he got that idea from, right? So they just teamed me with him, and I just got a suit for a costume party. So for the next show, I thought like it would be really a lot of fun if like a rich guy from Switzerland would be teaming up with a homeless dude. So I just brought my suit to the next show, and I started portraying this rich Swiss guy. And then the next thing you know, I get booked for WXW, and Aries gets booked as well. And I have never met him. They just found out that there's another guy that's a wrestler from Switzerland. They were like, oh, we just teamed those two up, and they told him to bring a suit, and they just named the Swiss Money Holding, and we were like, all right. So we just went with that. But so it wasn't that we saw IRS or the $1 Million Man, and we were like, we're going to do that. It was kind of, well, you guys do that, and we were like, all right, sweet.
Maybe that was just a real homeless guy.
Yeah, maybe he was. He should wrestle like one.
Thanks for calling in, Tazo.
Thanks for taking my call, guys. And Claudio, good luck. I really enjoy all your stuff, man. Be good. And maybe I'll see you in Brooklyn.
Yes, I'll see you there.
All right, man. Awesome. Later.
Thank you. Later.
Johnny Moxie here on the message board. He wants to know, how would you compare teaming with Aries and Chikara to teaming with Hero in Ring of Honor?
With a John Moxley from the message board?
Yes.
I thought he wrestled. The John Moxley. Yeah. I thought he wrestled for Dragon Gate and stuff. It's different. It's different. I can't really explain it other than it's different. But each has its own. It's really hard to explain, but it's just teaming with two different guys is completely different. Mm-hmm. But it both has its advantages.
Mm-hmm. Oh, why did you and Hero get back together? You said you guys have grown and you think you guys are a better team now, but what was the reason that you guys got the group back together?
We're just kind of doing nothing, and then we just figured, well, we could do way more as a team, so why not do that?
Mm-hmm.
And we sure did.
Barbie?
Dwayne in the chat room wants to know just some basic thoughts on BDK member and Queen of Wrestling, Sarah Del Rey.
Oh, I think she's the best female wrestler in the U.S. or maybe the world right now. She kicks really hard too.
Brains in the chat room. He wants to know. You said wrestling isn't too big in Switzerland, and how did you make your break and get over to the U.S. and start wrestling?
So the question was how I moved over to the U.S.?
Yeah, because you said wrestling wasn't real big in Switzerland. How did you get?
No, I didn't. I started to travel all over Europe. I mainly wrestled in Germany and France and the Netherlands and England and Austria and all the kinds of places around Italy. And then I just won a green card and moved to the U.S. That's the short story of it.
All right. Abusive Power wants to know, they've been asking this a lot. I was going to ask it, but what do you think about being on Botchamania?
Oh, I love it. I would like to know if he really abuses his power. I think Botchamania is really entertaining, and I think they have me on there a bunch of times falling over steps, so that's good times.
I think that's the way you have to look at it. You don't want to get mad about it.
No, why would I?
Exactly. And again, this Friday, if you're around Plymouth, Massachusetts, go to the Plymouth Memorial Hall. You got a ticket for information on ROHWrestling.com. And trust me, this is a great place to see wrestling. There's not a bad seat in the house. They got a nice balcony there. It's pretty cool. And then the pay-per-view is going to be live on the internet at GoFightLive.tv. It's going to be good times. Is there anything you'd like to tell everybody, why they should buy this pay-per-view?
Kings of Wrestling, Claudio Castagnoli, Chris Hero against Charlie Hart and Shelton Benjamin. I mean, that's all you really have to know to order the pay-per-view. But there's also going to be Tyler Black against Roderick Strong, for example. And there's many, many other great matches that you should check out on ringofhonorwrestling.com. So if you like wrestling, you watch this pay-per-view, basically.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean, if someone's not familiar with Ring of Honor, how would you explain, Ring of Honor is different from, the typical wrestling you're going to see on TV?
Well, it's the best wrestling in the world.
Mm-hmm.
If you watch wrestling on TV, you get 20 minutes out of 2 hours. If you watch Ring of Honor, you get 45 out of 50, or something like that. You get pure wrestling, and you will love it. If you like wrestling, you like Ring of Honor.
Mm-hmm. Now we should ask you, because we asked him earlier when we had him on. We had Larry Sweeney on before you, and we asked if he had any road stories with you, and he talked about that you always wanted to get Subway, and he said that he took advantage of you many times. Do you have any stories about Larry Sweeney?
He took advantage of me many times?
that sounded a little easier.
I believe he said he took advantage of your stupidity several times.
Yeah.
Not you didn't roofie you up or anything. Yeah. That's not what he was saying.
I was trying to be nice about it, but I made it sound way so easier.
Yeah, he took it. I think he must have been hallucinating or something. Definitely, because that never really happened. I just like to eat at Subway, and that's pretty much it.
It is a good place. It's a good place.
Excuse me?
It's a good place. It's good food, and it's cheap.
Exactly. $5 foot long, right? Mm-hmm. You all know it. Michael Phelps eats it, so it must be good.
That Jarrett guy.
What? Who? Yeah, that Jarrett guy. Yeah, I never heard of him, but CM Punk wanted to shave his head. That was great TV.
Oh, yeah.
Bring me Jared from Subway.
Exactly. That's the best quote I've heard all year. Oh,
well, is there any stories about Sweeney?
Trying to think. It's kind of hard for me because I'm always trying to think, and then nothing comes to mind, and 10 minutes later I think of 4 things. Right. No, I always have a good time with Sweeney. We used to drink coffee together, and he hyped up Panera Bread quite a lot, and then it was kind of a letdown, at least when we went there.
Yeah.
But he loves Panera Bread. Yeah. And I was just kind of I'm not a big fan of paying $8 for half a cup of soup. Just because it's an upscale neighborhood.
Yeah, it's kind of a yuppie hangout, the Panera Bread.
Exactly. But it's not even good. Well, it actually is. I take that back. I really enjoy it. But, nothing specifically comes to mind. He yelled at me once. He started cutting this huge promo on me once because I swerved a little bit. And he was asleep and just woke up, so. That's pretty much it. Nothing too funny. I'm sorry.
That's all right. So what was your sandwich of choice at the Subway?
It was a whole wheat foot long with overdose of chicken breast, double meat, pickle salad, and mustard.
Oh, that's not bad. Incher brought up the meatball, and I think it totally offended Larry Sweeney.
The meatball?
Oh, yeah. Man, the meatball sub? You haven't tried that, Claudio?
No, I know it's good, but I don't know why he brought that up.
It was my sub of choice. That's what I eat.
I see.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah, meatball is definitely good. I like it. It has a really good sauce. So.
Good. Yeah, that's what caused Larry Sweeney to hang up on us. But so if you're ever talking to Sweeney, don't bring up meatballs. But here,
all right, I will.
In the chat room, I don't know why you would, but just remember that. Here in the chat room, they're all saying, Jack, it's me. Could you tell him all the guys in the chat room thinks he's a class act and a good guy?
Sweet. Tell them, all the guys in the chat room, I think it's awesome that they're hanging out in the chat room and saying I'm a class act and an awesome guy. I think they're awesome, too.
All right, excellent.
Do you like me? Yes, no.
What was that?
It doesn't matter. It was stupid. Dwayne has another question. He wants to know, is Starbucks essential to being a king, or is it just a privilege of being a king?
I would say it's just a privilege. You can also have Seattle's Best is really good. Caribou is really good. There's tons of little mom-and-pop coffee shops that have amazing coffee. So Starbucks is just usually right there when you need it. That's the beauty of it.
I have to think there's any good coffee shops around Plymouth. They got
I don't know.
Yeah, they got Mary Lou's.
Mary Lou's, that sounds great. There's also one called Gloria Jean's. That's great.
Well, Mary Lou's is kind of like the Hooters of coffee shops.
Jack's a class guy.
What does that mean? It has bad food?
Well, it's all females working there, and they all wear little pink skirts. But it's kind of how they sell the place. And it's usually older, kind of
older folks hanging out.
Yeah, older men. Yeah,
dropping quarters.
I don't really think it's the best coffee, but I think we've totally veered off course. I think everyone should know.
Okay, to steer it back towards wrestling, one thing that I always wonder when I watch a Chikara show is, where does Jakob Hammermeyer get his suits tailored? Do you know?
I think he gets them custom made. I don't know where, but he has his personal tailor that does all that.
Ah, okay. Is that one of the perks of being in with the BDK?
Yes, that's one of the perks of being Jakob Hammermeyer.
Okay. Does the BDK need an official podcaster? Because I've not got too much going on right now.
Oh, an official podcast? I shall talk to some members, and we'll figure it out. That would be great.
Beautiful. I could do stuff in Namen der Bruderschaft.
Yeah, that would be great. You know, I think the word needs to be spread, the message of the Bruderschaft.
Excellent. Well, everyone, check out ROHWrestling.com, check out GoFightLive.tv, and you get to see this excellent pay-per-view this weekend. We hope it will be. Anything else you want to tell everybody out there before I let you go?
Yeah, check out ClaudiaCastagnoli.com, of course. Follow me on Twitter. That's @CCastagnoli. I hope when I go and check my Twitter account that my follower count will be up after the show. So follow me at @CCastagnoli. I have a Facebook fan page at @CCastagnoli fan. Follow me on YouTube where I have Claudio's Cafe. It's not on a regular basis. It's whenever I think I have good material. And, at ClaudiaCastagnoli.com, you'll find all the updates of everything I do, and I write the blog there usually once a week, except this week because I've been crazy busy, but I'll write something there tomorrow. So check that out.
Excellent. Thanks for coming on. It's been a lot of fun.
Sweet. Thank you guys for having me. You guys have a good night.
Hey, everybody. You're listening to Sonny, the original diva of the WWE on InYourHeadOnline.com. This is the place to come for the real deal about wrestling, so make sure you visit us.